Fame is a spotlight, but not everything it shines on is beautiful. In a world where followers mean power and clout is currency, nothing stays private for long. They say truth is stranger than fiction. But in Hollywood, fiction sells better. This week we asked the question no one dared whisper out loud. Did Misty Verité marry herself in a secret desert ceremony officiated by an animatronic owl? And if she did, was it legally binding? To understand the wedding, you have to understand the woman, the myth, the mood board. That is Misty Verité. Born Mistalina Verdante Hooch in a shipping container behind a pop-up kombucha fair, Misty rose to fame after her 14-second role in the indie hit. Pardon My Metaphor went inexplicably viral. She quickly became the face of a movement she insisted didn't exist. Post-symbolist neo-vanishing cinema.
She made us sign NDAs written entirely in Latin. No one knew what we agreed to. One assistant translated it and disappeared into the Mojave.
She once wore a dress made of expired fortune cookies to the Cannes after-party. When someone asked why, she said, "I'm not here to be seen. I'm here to be cracked open."
Misty rejected fame by leaning into it harder than anyone in recorded history. Her 2019 performance piece, Unfollow Me in Real Life, lasted 6 weeks and ended with her unfollowing herself. But it was in 2022, during a silent retreat that wasn't silent, or a retreat, that Misty began writing vows to herself.
Look, we'll need 2 camels, 1 justice of the peace, and a sand circle that aligns with Venus in Scorpio. She wants to arrive in a wind tunnel.
The stage was set. The desert was rented. The owl was calibrated. But was this performance art or a crisis no one dared interrupt? October 23rd, 2022. A day etched in the heat-stroke memories of all 27 guests. The setting, an undisclosed location somewhere between Joshua Tree and complete ego death. Invitations were delivered via carrier falcon, each bird wearing a tiny velvet cape. The dress code, clairvoyant desert minimalism with a whisper of regret.
She wanted the playlist to follow the life cycle of a moth. Birth, flight, flame, dust. We opened with a reversed Gregorian chant remixed with whale calls. Then I just screamed into a vocoder for like 8 minutes.
The centerpiece, a spiraling altar of reclaimed mood boards and vegan taxidermy. At its center, Misty stood, cloaked in a gown spun entirely from her own deleted tweets. She walked down the aisle accompanied only by the sound of her own heartbeat, broadcast through a stethoscope mic strapped to a feral cat.
We trained the animatronic owl for 3 months. It was supposed to hoot the vows in Morse code, but it short-circuited and said something about yogurt. That's when the crystal shattered.
As the sun aligned with a homemade lens flare reflector, Misty stood alone before herself. She whispered the words heard, allegedly, by only the spirits and one boom mic operator.
Do you, Misty, promise to love, honor, and fully brand yourself until the next rebrand do you part?
She sealed the ceremony not with a kiss, but by slapping a sticker on her forehead that read, "As is." A bold move, a closing statement, a moment. The sun had set, the crystals had sung, and the ferret-shaped ice sculptures had become puddles of intention. But as with all things in the House of Verité, the aftermath came with questions.
There wasn't any food, just a bowl of fog. I don't know how, but it tasted like guilt.
The AS is sticker was not just a label, it was a declaration. Misty wasn't marrying herself. She was marrying the concept of self as consumer product.
The ceremony trended globally for 7 minutes, a record for performance weddings in the artist-influencer subcategory. But the biggest shock came when Misty posted a single photo with the caption, "It's complicated."
I saw it. I felt it. That was a vibe spiral straight into the cosmos. She is the remix.
Hey, can you check if I'm legally married to myself now? Also, cancel my appointment with the Sun Priest. I'm exhausted.
The world was left asking, was it art? Was it real? Was it merch? One thing's certain, Misty Verité walked into the desert and came back a meme, a myth, and possibly a tax write-off. This is Exposéposé,